Hi, I'm Lorraine and welcome to my channel. Now just before I dive in there and pull your cards for today, Virgo, I'd just like to say I am a professional and experienced counsellor and I offer 100% money back guarantee for image readings, tarot readings, also the programs, as well as counselling and mentoring, plus advice to help you with union with self and union with your person. Just check the details in the description box below this video. Right, so let's dive in there and let's see what messages the cards have for you, for both you and your person's love journey thus far. Messages for Virgo. Okay, so you're coming in with your card. Alright, so you're coming in with the Hermit, and you are also coming in with the Emperor guy here in your reading. Let me just make sure I nail this one for you here. Well, there's more than one way in which I can deep dive and break these cards down here for you, Virgo. See, I do see the Hermit card as yourself, and this Emperor guy is your person. That's what I'm getting here in your reading. But what it also tells me here in your reading is that this Hermit is actually your person as well here. It comes in as, for both you and your person, the fear to make a move. The fear to go towards each other here in your reading. The fear to expose how you feel about each other. See, what I get here with the Hermit card is that for yourself here, Virgo, you're very independent, is what I'm getting. You're independent, you stand on your own 2 feet here. You're quite stable. And I also get with that is you're quite used to being, you're used to doing your own thing, you're used to having your own stuff is what it talks about here. See, it's also coming in as your person as well. Here in your reading, they are stable. They are fiercely independent, just like yourself. Quite disciplined is the Hermit card. It's a person who focuses on themselves here, their self-development here in your reading. Yeah. Learns a lot more about themselves, self-care, self-improvement here. Yeah, of course it does come in as the Fool card, but I also get that here with the Hermit card. Now, what I also get with the Emperor guy coming in here is that this person, they have their eye on you, Virgo. Now, you take what applies here in your reading. But there is also patterns and habits about this as well, these two cards. Here. Well, what I get there in your reading with those two cards is, with this Emperor guy, they're pretty stuck in their ways. You know, they like creature comforts is what I'm getting. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that here in your reading, but what it can talk about there is that it's like a place for everything and everything in its place. It can come in that way here in terms of patterns and habits. See, what I get with the Emperor guy is that this Emperor is the center of their world. It's always about, and it's about what they want to do, how they want things to be. And like I said, this person is fiercely independent. And this could be why this person is fiercely independent as well too. Because this person likes that freedom to go where they want to invest in what they want to do here without having other people or without asking other people here. Virgo. Yeah, it's coming in that way here in your reading. I get here is that this person is hard working, very, very hard working. They work a lot for the things that they have here. But they do have creature comforts is what I'm getting. And those creature comforts could very well be patterns and habits. But these patterns and habits are also coming in as routines, schedules here in your reading. When it comes to their daily life, everything is planned to a T. This is what it talks about. So what it can talk about there is that to spend time with this person, you actually have to plan ahead. That's something else I'm getting here. So that they can make time for you. They definitely will make time for you here. But they're quite focused on their work at this time, especially coming in with the Hermit card. It does kind of come in here, Virgo, as matching that person's energy, yeah, or matching how this person does things. Yeah. They do have a higher level of thinking, this Emperor guy. This person can think outside of the box. They do like to think outside of the box too. It's almost like they like that freedom to explore certain things here, and they like the freedom to think for themselves, is what I'm getting. Without having someone telling them, well, you're coming in with the Emperor. They are openly inquisitive and they are very curious about life, is what it talks about. I do get this person could have, they do have an open mind. There's a lot to be said about this Emperor guy just coming in with the Hermit card. There's a bit of a class about this person, a social class about this person here. All right, let me keep going here. Let's see what else the cards have for you. Okay, so you're coming in with the Four of Wands. Okay, so you have the Four of Wands. You have the Six of Cups. You were coming in with the Hanged Man card, and you also have the Wheel of Fortune here in your reading. What it talks about there in your reading, it's coming in as, see, this Emperor guy, he has choices, or they have choices. This person has choices here. And it's coming in as what are the, they know they have choices, but it's about what am I going to choose. That's what it's talking about here in your reading. I get here is that this Emperor guy is a damn temptation. Yeah. This person has a lot of, this person attracts a lot of attention. Now, why they attract a lot of attention is it's the hermit mode. And I spoke about no nonsense, no stupidness here, useless bits of information here. This person doesn't wrap themselves up in that kind of stuff. You're coming in with someone who's got quite a clear mindset here. And I spoke about how inquisitive and they're curious here about life. It's all of that that attracts people towards this person. But what it also talks about here in your reading, it's the inner knowing, it's the innerness of this person that actually attracts attention here. This person's inner happiness here in your reading. I do get here that they had that here. And they do attract a lot of attention. This person is fit, is another thing I get here. This person works out, especially coming in with the Hermit card. So with the Four of Wands, the Six of Cups, the Hangman, and the Wheel of Fortune, what it talks about there is this person is looking for someone to settle down with. I am getting that kind of message here in your reading. See, this person has choices here in your reading, but like I said, this person already has a routine. This person has patterns and habits, and it does come in as their creature comforts. Here, like I said, a place for everything and everything in its place. Here. See, I get here in your reading, for this Emperor guy, it's about who fits well with them. It's like that. Well, I'm not too sure if this person has a tick list here, guys, but what it can talk about there is for yourself, it's about you too have to have that same kind of approach to life. You have to live life. This person likes to live life here. They like the freedom to explore life. That's what it talks about. And you get that here with these cards here. See, the obstacle and the challenge here, well, one could be to capture this person's attention here. There's so much to be said about these cards. It's coming in as matching this person here, how this person lives. Now, coming in with the Four of Wands, what it talks about there in your reading, it comes in as a higher level of thinking here. Yeah, thinking outside of the box, not being limited and restricted here by a book or by social norms here in your reading, or being restricted by an outdated belief system, tradition and religion here. Is this person, this Emperor guy is looking for difference, the difference. I want someone who's different here, but also the same as this person. But what I get by the same as this person is you've got to match the way in which this person lives their life. That's what I'm getting. You know, you're coming in with creative and passionate endeavours, because that's exactly how this Emperor guy is coming in. So there's more than one way in which this person makes money, is what I'm getting here. See, it almost comes in as there are other ways in which this Emperor guy makes money, especially coming in with the Hermit card. Or you know, I get here is that this person has creative endeavors. This person actually builds here, and they are very creative, and they love the freedom to be able to create. So here, of course, this person builds a business. They are a business owner, but they also have other things going on for them. It's not just the business. It's not just one thing, especially coming in with the Four of Wands. And it's with the Six of Cups. What it talks about there in your reading is that's what your person is looking for. But they're looking for it is what it talks about, and they haven't quite found it yet. See, for your person, they're just not going to choose someone because they're there. They're just not going to choose someone because you like this person. You know, there's got to be some kind of depth to you. You've got to be living life is what I'm getting. Extraordinary. Well, that's a real it's a real big one there. Because this person enjoys life. That's what it talks about. And they want to continue to enjoy life. Alright, let's keep going here. Oh, there you go. You're coming in with the Empress here, Virgo. You've got Judgment. Okay, you were coming in with that. So you have the Empress. You have Judgment here. You also have the Devil, and you were coming in with the Sun card here in your reading. Ooh, powerful combination here in your reading. All right. What I get here in your reading, yeah, of course you are coming in with the Sun card, but what it talks about there, potentially here in your reading, you're going to have to work for it. That's what it talks about here. You're going to have to work your ass off for it. See, I get with the Judgment card coming in is that you are getting intuitive nudges here. Yeah, it's talking about what do you love to do? What do you enjoy here? Potentially here in your reading, you don't want to get confused here. You don't want to confuse your positive emotions with your negative emotions here, coming in with the Devil here in your reading. So they are thinking about coming towards you is what it talks about. I get here in your reading is that you're both quite focused on each other here, but you both have patterns and habits that you may need to work on here in your reading. And I'm not saying that these patterns and habits have to do with any kind of substance here in your reading. What these patterns and habits could do with here, it could do with changes here, trying to control how changes happen in your life. Here in your reading, slipping back here, slipping back to a past way of doing things, which can happen. See, potentially here in your reading, what it talks about there is that you may only go so far. What it also talks about there in your reading is you may allow other people to judge and blame you. You may allow other people to persuade you here, is what I'm also picking up. They may tell you what happiness is. Because you like these people, potentially here. The Judgment and the Devil card is actually coming in as outside interference is what it talks about here. See, you too have creature comforts here. You too have routines and how you like things done here in your reading. That is also coming in here. I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with that here in your reading. It is coming in as patterns and habits. You need to work on your patterns and habits here. Because this Emperor guide doesn't have as many, it doesn't have much patterns and habits is what it talks about. For both you and your person, your patterns and habits are totally different from each other. Alright, I am going to leave it there. Thank you so much for watching, Virgo. Book an image reading with me and I'll catch you later. Bye.